Alright, so this is a review from my favorite comic book, Uncanny X-Force. Yeah, you know how I like it. Issue 12 and Part 2 of the Dark Angel saga. Once again, I really enjoyed the issue of this series. I keep writing Rick Remender's coattails a lot, and if you hear that little ringing, apparently I got a text from somebody. I keep writing Rick Remender's coattails about how well he writes this series, but I'm just continuing to be enthralled about it. Now, for those of you who normally watch me and you've seen my past video I did a while back about how I'm bitching about comic books seeming to live in nostalgia, yes, this does happen here. Remender is a fan of the Age of Apocalypse, but this is not without its merits. Basically what happens, well, read the review of my last issue if you want to know what happened to start out with, but basically what's picking me up off in this is a lot of character stuff. The first half of the issue focuses entirely on Wolverine, and apparently we're kind of delving back over his memories with Jean Grey, and apparently he and the Jean of this Age of Apocalypse universe have a lot of chemistry in between themselves. They're both completely struck by tragedy, and it seems that there could be a relationship forming in between them here. However, this was not the focal point of the issue. Midway through, you are probably curious as to the cover concerning Psylocke and Phantom X. Phantom X apparently has been harboring some feelings from Psylocke since day one from the first issue, and or a little more sexual attraction, but now he's trying to act it out on her, and he winds up more confronting Psylocke halfway through the issue about her relationship with Warren Worthington, and you know how that's kind of playing out. And not much of a spoiler here, yes, they do kiss in this issue. What happens after this, though, I won't say. It's really good, interesting stuff. You know, a little interesting soap opera taking place throughout this. Archangel isn't in this book. Dark Beast isn't in this book, but we get a little more on some characters' background. We're introduced to Kikera, I want to say her name is, the young Asian girl with the group. She and Wolverine have an interesting connection. It starts out kind of being a mystery about, she walks up, introduces herself to him, and then, you know, we come to find out that Kikera is the daughter of this universe's Logan and Mariko, which is kind of interesting. And I almost thought that they were going to play kind of a mystery about it, but, you know, again, why I like Remender, he isn't treating us like we're stupid. He just goes ahead and just comes out and, you know, just establishes already that Wolverine pretty much figured that out. And, you know, there's a nice little father-daughter moment that sort of takes place in between this, and I really like this. The Sentinel attack in this that happens at their underground base is really good, and we even get quite a few good alternate universe players on both sides of the team. We have really interesting versions of the X-Men, as well as some attacks by a group that work for the new Apocalypse here. Again, Archangel is left out, but they've kind of devised a plan to where they want to split up the team of X-Force and the Resistance, you know, kind of put some members of X-Force and the Resistance together, and they have two missions. One is to go off and take care of Archangel himself, and the other is to go off and engage the Celestials in getting the life seed needed in order to cure it, or cure the affliction that Archangel has upon him. And everything in this is just really good. What is interesting, like, there are two interesting things that happen towards the end of this issue, I think. One is we get alternate versions of the good guys, and they sort of kind of helter-skelter characters a little bit. I'm going to be honest, I'm not familiar with a lot of them. Like we have, for instance, we have this really nasty looking version of the Blob, and then we have sort of the character hybrids of certain things. Like we get an Orange Hulk, we get a Zombie Sentry, which is kind of like combining Simon Garth and the Sentry together, which is kind of interesting. And you know, it just looked badass, as does the art. I think the artist in this issue has really captured a lot of it. Very cinematic, awesome looking stuff. The ending, the last picture, excuse me, on this page is really interesting, and it will have something to do concerning Wolverine. I'm not going to say what it is, but it just looks really awesome. You know, I hate to say I keep sounding like I'm riding the coattails of this issue, but as far as I'm concerned, it's the best damn X book out there, and pretty much the only X book that I can stand to read now. So yeah, I do recommend picking up this issue. If you haven't read it, definitely worth the money you throw down for it.